Hello, this is Greatness Out Motivational speaking. I am here to share some basic concepts and thoughts with you that you can use how to achieve your goal. But stay tuned, I'll be right back. But first of all, let me just share my story, just a tip of my story with you, so that can give you the courage how you can able to stand during the time that life is tough. I was born in a little village called Kenima, and then my father came from a village again called Kailam district, and my mother too. And my mother was in relationship with my father at a very tender age, and as a result of that, she was a qualified house girl in that home because she met another big women there who were bigger than her, and then they give children to the father too. And then she was there doing all the domestic work, encounters so much illness, advantages, and the disappointment, and things happen to her. But right there, she set up a resilience and a maturity, how she can able to gather herself up and then tell herself that I am going to do what I'm supposed to do to get my children get a better future ahead. She never had any college training. She never has any education. She never had any support from government functionaries. But she was a trader. In that trader, she had integrity and then respect. So as a result of that, she encountered so many things there, but she never gave up. She has the courage. She built up a courage and of faith. He can able to see the agenda, the goals that she has for her children come to reality. And she does that by praying, believing God that these children that you have given to me, they will come out successful in the futures ahead. And that is what I want to tell you today. If you are facing any challenge, look to God. God can give you what you want. But the best thing that you have to do first, you have to stand out, to have a different mindset, different thinking notion that I am what thousand made in making sure that this stuff I bring on this earth manifest. As somebody once said, they said, the greatest and the richest place on earth is not where the gold diamond areas or the place where they change money or the bank. He said the richest place on earth is the cemetery. He said where you found dreams never realized, where you find books never written by men. Why? Because they never challenge themselves. They never set up to challenge themselves to pursue the greatness that they have in themselves by applying discipline and some basic valuable information that they need to do some research, studying, and then do some basic individual, some like hook up, connecting with other people too. So like these are one of the basic concepts that my mother used. She was faced in that home with so many things, but she never gave up. She has everything she takes to make sure that he will see her own children become what she wanted. And so by virtue of that, she was praying. She has a different mindset. She never allowed people to distract her. She never allowed other people to say words about her. I can remember one day, my other big sister and my mother went out. My sister was home, and the people were saying stuff about my mother. And when my mother came back, and then my sister came, and they're trying to say the stuff that the people said about my mother, and my mother gave a slap for her. She said, never cared about what people said. What they said is not her business. But what I have at mind is to make sure that you come out successful. You children, you become what I want you to be. So that I set up that platform, that reality, so that you can face every circumstance. If I have gone through this circumstance and come out of it, and you too can go through that stuff and then you can come out of it. So I want to applaud you. I want to challenge you. I want to give you this concept that you can be what you are. You can create your own industry, you can create your own notion, whatever things that you have, you can create it and make sure that the world look up to you and then make some basic precepts. As I said, let me share this concept and quote with you. If the army men would take up the risks and the things that they ought to do to make sure that the security of the country is guaranteed to the people. So they go through risks, they go through all those pains, they are perplexed in those pursuit. They make sure that the country is at peace and then everybody is going about doing what he or she wants to do. So that's all the same thing that you ought to apply to what you wanted to do. So something like you have to sit down first to make sure that you go through what you want to go through, what you will go through, and then by going through the pain, the hurdle, the trial, the temptation, and then the perplexity, the things that life will bring onto your part, you set up that resilience, that maturity, that I will not die in this stuff. I'll make sure that I manifest these things. And so by virtue of that, you started to grow. You go into it. It's a risk, it's a challenge. And as you go, it grows a physical compound. Something like if you spend more time in building this compound, you make sure that you have a vast compound you never imagined, a big muscles. And something like people are not great just because they are born great. No. People are great because they take up the responsibility to do great work. That's why they are great. So you too, you can become great. Take off the Bill Gates and others. They were great because they sat down to figure out what they have, and by applying the time, the money, the people that they need to connect it to, the research that they ought to make, and then the things that they need to make sure that that goal, that vision, that dream become reality. And you too can have your own dream. You can have your own goal. You can have what you want. And so by virtue of that, you can do what you are called on this earth to do. And so this is one of the first concepts. The next one is to make sure first how you can able to connect to the right people who are positioned in your direction. In the journey of life, you meet folks who never realize their dream, that they want you to be in their own part. How you can be a failure of them, but how you can be able to set aside, be different, have a positive mindset. Don't think in that direction. Don't think in what they are doing. Don't glue to what they are doing. As the scripture said, it says, sit not among the ungodly people or the way of sinners. Because if you sit with them, you adopt their own language, you adopt their own character, you adopt whatever things that they have, you have it too. So I applaud you that you hook up with people who are positive, who have what it takes to become what they are doing today. Many people are exposed to their greatness by hooking up with other great people. So some are hooked up with other most vibrant and energy who make them what they are today. So you too, you can hook up with energy you think that can make you what you are in the future side. So I want to use these two concepts so that you can do and have a massive goal and assignment and dream. I want to thank you. I know you have some value out of this message. Stay tuned as we come again with other several series of messages. And this is Greatness Motivation Our Speaker. And then make sure you're connected to this channel, like our page, and then connected. We are on YouTube and then Facebook and then Twitter and Instagram. Connect with us, and we would like you to become what you are. So that's why we have some series of messages that to impact in you what you ought to do to make sure that that goal become reality. Thank you.